In this demonstration, you will see how to use Windows PowerShell to display the running services and processes on a server, connect to a remote computer to display all services and their current status, and invoke commands to multiple computers and display running processes. On DC1, we're going to go to the taskbar, click the Windows PowerShell icon, open up PowerShell. The first command we're going to execute is the get service command, which is going to retrieve a list of services. That information will then be piped over to the where object command. The $_ represents the object that was piped over in the first place, and we're going to extract the status property of that. And then we're going to run that through a comparison operator with a value of running. That will retrieve a list of running services. As you see here. Next, we're going to run the get command commandlet. We're going to use the noun parameter to specify the word service. In other words, the word service has to appear on the right-hand side of the command, as you can see in this list that was retrieved. The get process command will retrieve information about processes on that server. To manage processes more effectively, we might want to use the get help command and retrieve help information on processes. If it asks you if you want to run update help, we're going to say no because we're not connected to the internet. You might want to say yes if you are. Now we're going to run the get help full on the start process command, and that's going to retrieve help information about the start process command, very extensive detailed help information with a full list of parameters and the syntax and a variety of other bits of data. There might be situations where you might need to run this as an administrator for certain types of commands. You right-click on the PowerShell icon and select Run as Administrator. Enable PS remoting. For this to be successful, it's going to ask you 5 things. There's going to be 5 prompts, which we're going to answer yes to all 5 of them. And as you go through and take a look at the various prompts, you can see that each one of those prompts asks you something just a little bit different. Bottom line is all 5 of those need to be answered yes for this to work properly. All right, we've configured server 1. Now let's go back to DC1, and we're going to run the enter PS session command for server 1. In other words, we're going to enable a remote session of server 1, and as you can see, our command prompt is associated with LON SVR1. We're going to run the get service command, retrieving a list of services associated with server 1. We're going to exit our remote session, and notice it shows that we're no longer connected to server 1. We're communicating locally on DC1. We're going to run invoke command, and we're going to run the get process command against both DC1 and SVR1 using the script block parameter. And as you can see, that retrieved the get process information from server 1 and DC1. Another successful demo. See you next time.